3 segments down, 3 lost segments. This is fun. We're all having fun, right? This is how we all wanted this to go. Just kidding. Not even the people who wanted the team to tank are having fun. That's still weird to me, but I sort of understand that they at least wanted the team to be entertaining and to see more of the young guys, and we haven't seen as much of the young guys as I'd like either. I'd still argue that if what you wanted is for the team to be bad, and the team with the vets is bad, why wouldn't you want to keep the vets in and keep the team bad? Theoretically, the injection of youth could make the team better. And that's not what you want, right? But let's get into the segment itself. In the third segment, the Flames go 2-4-1, which means their overall record is 5-13-3. Gross. So bad. So bad. On the silver lining side, if you want to call it that, I still have trouble calling it that. The Flames are +3 in the reverse standings, and everybody ahead of them has games in hand. Looking at the stats, the Flames are last in goals, 25th in goals against. The power play is last. The penalty kill is getting better. It's up to 18th. We've by far taken the most penalty minutes, and we have the worst shooting percentage in the NHL. You can take a couple of positives from this. One, the goals against is slowly coming down, which is much better than it was. The penalty kill is almost at that 80 number that you'd like it to be at the bottom end. It's now at 78.6. The shooting percentage is still the worst, but I would argue those defensive metrics in goals against and the penalty kill percentage are more indicative of what the Flames have shown us this segment. They've had their 2 best performances of the season. One, they lost the 4-3 game against Jets, and the 2-0 win against the Sharks, which was an absolute clinic. They showed what can happen when they play in that Calgary Flames style, defensive structure, hard work, hard hitting, hard forecheck. When they are that team, they can beat anybody. But they're not that team very much. In fact, almost never. This team is so frustrating because they've had their 2 best performances of the season easily, by far, recently. But we've played 21 games this season. We have won 5. Taking away the overtime loss column, the Flames are 5-16. To say that this is not how I thought the first quarter of the season would go is an understatement. Nothing I predicted in the offseason has come to pass. This team, scratch that. The team that we saw last year was clearly fraudulent. And that word is thrown around a lot these days. But I think we can safely say, after 21 games this season, what I'm marking as the corner poll of the season, that team was fraudulent. This team is not as good defensively as last year. They're worse offensively than last year. Their goaltending is struggling because of both of these factors. And the special teams are utterly abysmal. What can I say about this team at the corner mark, other than they are the definition of a lottery team? If you're looking for somebody to blame, it's not the coach. It's not the GM. Although I would hear an argument for it, which I wouldn't have heard last year. For the first time, I will say, and I've been very hesitant to get on this train, the problem is ownership. And as I stated in one of my earliest videos, who is the mouthpiece for ownership in the hockey ops department? It's Don Maloney. It's the president of hockey operations. I said that right from the beginning of this channel. A team should not, in the modern era, have a connection between ownership and the general manager. The GM runs the team. The ownership deals with the larger big picture stuff like new arenas and things like that. There is no place for Don Maloney and for, by extension, ownership, which a lot of people have taken to mean Murray Edwards, and I'll grant you, to have any role in the hockey operations part of this team. Brian Burke said it best. There should be two hands on the wheel, and both of them should be the GMs. And that is not the case right now in Calgary.